everyone. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I'm Kidest, and this is where I share tips, insights, guidance on manifestation, consciousness evolution, expanding your consciousness, personal development, and all of that good stuff that can help you create a life that you truly enjoy living. What I want to touch on in this post is, what the main theme of my book, Nothing in the Way, was all about. Now, I was inspired to write Nothing in the Way, over a decade ago to help my readers, my students, challenge their perspective, challenge their outlook so that what you're coming from in your day-to-day experience, regardless of what kind of success you want to achieve, you're coming at it from a place of recognizing your seat of authorship in your experience. Mindset, the things you say to yourself, the pictures you put in front of yourself, the stories you tell, all of that is in with your arena of control in what you allow it to become. And what I emphasized in my book, Nothing in the Way, which is still one of my best sellers, is that when you embody that recognition, that the idea of impossible situations is a mythology of your own making, that there is no boundary to imagining how you can solve, how you can overcome, how you can reach and arrive at the things that you want to experience. That when you challenge the boundaries of your own thinking, when you challenge the boundaries of your own assumptions, when you challenge the precepts, if you will, of the outlook that you're extending, the awareness that you're coming from, when you develop your self-awareness to the degree that you can evaluate your own thought processes, your own conclusions, you do become unstoppable in your momentum, in your ability to stay the course, to persevere, to, maintain the momentum that you're capable of creating and maintaining. And the thing I want to touch on is anytime it feels like something is impossible, that it is an impossible situation, or that it's an impossible experience, or the thing that you want just doesn't, at the starting point of your, sort of entry in that process of attracting and manifesting the things you want. Challenge any sense that says this thing can't happen, or this thing is too out of reach, or this thing is too big for you to bring into your experience. Challenge that very lens of looking at your experience from that kind of a perspective. When you learn to recognize that the first thing that you encounter in your experiences is your own assumptions, your own conclusions, your own stories, your own sort of judgment of what can and can't transpire in your experience. And when you learn to look at your own cognitive process first, your own consciousness first, and do the work at that level of self, at that level of self-expression, then if you do encounter challenges in the external environment, you have the mental strength, you have the cognitive resourcefulness to be able to creatively, imaginatively, brilliantly problem solve those challenges that you may encounter. You have to challenge the status quo of your own thinking processes. You have to challenge those, you know, sort of off the cuff things that you say, regardless of, what kind of conversation you're participating in. It's when you do that, it's when you look at your own thinking, your own sort of embodied default responses and expressions, when you do the work of expanding those, transforming those, bringing in beliefs, assumptions, ideas, perspectives that are more empowering, that have more vitality and vibrancy and, like, I can do this kind of energy to them. When you come from that perspective, then you really do become unstoppable in your ability to achieve your outcomes, to reach your destination, to arrive at the things that you have intended to arrive at. I wanted to highlight that again because now and again I come across someone saying something to that effect of it can't be done. And one of the first things that occurs to me when I hear something like that is to be like, how dare you limit the infinite intelligence of the universe? How dare you limit yourself? Because what you can do when you challenge the boundaries of your own thought processes is create waves and waves of positive momentum, positive outcomes, positive experiences for yourself and for others in the world. The reason we have rocket ships, the reason we have flying taxis, the reason we have booming technological progress is because individuals challenge their boundaries of what can be done in the world, their imagination, their perspective of what's possible in the world. It's when you do that that you can create innovative, expansive, empowering, even positively surprising outcomes for yourself and others. So I wanted to remind you of that. When I wrote Nothing in the Way, Clearing the Paths to Success and Fulfillment, I wasn't talking about clearing external challenges you may encounter. I'm talking about the things within yourself that you do, that you say, that you perpetuate, that you want to challenge. And when you undo those and come from those more empowered, mobilizing perspectives, belief stories, you'll wow yourself. You can wow yourself in what you can bring about as your life story. If you enjoyed this tip on deliberate creation, personal development, consciousness evolution, be sure to visit my website for books, courses, and more to help you in your personal development and personal transformation journey.